Welcome to Psychology Corner. This is the audio version of 10 Psychological Reasons Why We Like the Front Man. Squid Game, 2025. Squid Game's impeccable, charismatic, tragic anti-hero, the shadowed, enigmatic front man, fascinates viewers and makes them forget his merciless, calculating nature. In this article, we will explore 10 psychological reasons why we're strangely drawn to Hwang In-ho, even as he navigates darkness and absolute, ruthless control. Spoilers ahead. About Hwang In-ho, the front man. Hwang In-ho, known as the front man, and also as Player 132 and 001, is the enigmatic overseer of the Squid Game. Formerly a police detective, he now manages the brutal competition with cold efficiency and strategic precision. In-ho enforces strict order among players and staff, administering punishment decisively to maintain the integrity of the games. Haunted by a complicated past and a fractured relationship with his younger brother, Jun-ho, In-ho balances his role as both enforcer and conflicted anti-hero. His calm, authoritative presence masks deep emotional turmoil, making him a pivotal and complex figure within the series. The front man stands as a dark mirror to the show's main character, Song Gi-hun, Player 456, embodying the ruthless order behind the chaos Gi-hun fights to escape, and yet, we like him and even root for him at times. Here are 10 psychological reasons why we like the front man. 1. Mysterious presence, the enigma behind the mask. In-ho's masked identity, his solemn, measured voice, and composed demeanor create a mystique that captivates. No one truly knows the front man. The pink guards obey him without knowing his identity outside the game. Most players only got to see his manipulative and deceptive side when he joined them in the competition as Player 001. Gi-hun probably got the closest to In-ho because the front man thought they shared traits and fates, and respected the fellow game winner. The game's creator, Oh Il-nam, also got close enough to him to win his loyalty. Not even his brother, Jun-ho, or their mother knew who he truly was. Everyone only gets to witness a fragment of this reserved character's personality. Viewers seem fortunate enough to access more information about the front man's duplicitous existence, but the minimal dialogue and loaded gestures only seem to add to the enigma. In-ho is a puzzle everyone wants to solve, but he is too intimidating to confront directly. His haunting presence lingers long after watching the series. It intrigues us enough to create an intimate connection with the enigmatic character. 2. Stoic intelligence, the calculated mind behind the game. We both fear and admire highly intelligent villains. The front man is no exception. His analytical mindset and competence that signal mastery, control, and leadership demand respect, even when they're used to manipulate the players, directly, and the game's elite, passive-aggressively, by sometimes making choices that seem to border betrayal of the pink guards or VIPs. In-ho consistently displays an ability to remain several steps ahead of everyone around him. He seems to always know more than anyone else, no matter how they are situated in relation to the game. Outsiders can't identify or reach him, players can't kill him, the guards execute his orders, and VIPs rely on him to run the game smoothly. His brilliant mind also allowed him to win a previous session of Squid Game. His intelligence is the reason why he occupies the privileged role of master. We cheer for merit. 3. Fairness and loyalty, the moral code in a twisted world. The front man is loyal to the game's rules, to the game's creator, and to his own sacrifice and achievement. Nothing and no one can shake him out of his role, even when it becomes clear that he can see he had options and that he could have chosen a different life path. The game's rules, together with his personal convictions related to humans, are his moral code. He believes that the game offers a kind of twisted justice, a final opportunity for the desperate to find redemption. His adherence to the game's rules, no matter how brutal, reflects his deeply ingrained belief in structure and order. He is fair within the framework of that code. His sense of fairness is also proven by the fact that after Gi-hun's death, In-Ho visited player 456's daughter in Los Angeles, and made sure that she would benefit from her father's winner status by giving her a debit card with his winnings. He also takes player 222 to his brother, Junho, who becomes her guardian. Once again, he leaves a debit card with the newborn's winnings. You can rely on the man. 4. Unyielding composure, the calm authority in the storm. Regardless of whether he appears to others as the front man or player 001, In-Ho remains cool-headed and articulate, even in crises. His measured tone, poised body language, and confident decisions speak to our subconscious admiration for composure and strength. This level of emotional restraint not only reinforces his authority but also makes him seem untouchable, a figure of unshakable control. In-Ho's calmness in the face of extreme violence and disorder adds to an unsettling yet magnetic appeal that draws viewers in. It also makes him unpredictable and hard to read. This is both frightening and attractive. 5. Retained humanity, the emotion beneath the surface. Despite his cold and detached exterior, the front man is not entirely devoid of humanity. There are emotional triggers that still have power over him, despite his new brutal existence. He offered his portion of milk to the pregnant Junhee, so that she will have enough nourishment for herself and the baby. He intervened when Lee Myung-gi was bullied by Thanos and his crowd. In-Ho defended Gi-hun from Player 100's accusations of not being truthful about having played the games before. He genuinely participated and helped Gi-hun's team complete the six-legged pentathlon. He also showed emotional connection to his brother, to whom he gave a kidney dash, and mercy toward Thanos. He didn't kill him. In-Ho was also gentle and kind to player 222 and displayed emotional depth when he offered Gi-hun's uniform to his daughter. The front man is not always a bad guy. Often, his kind gestures might be part of a complex manipulation, but there were also moments of genuine display of emotion. He is cold but never cruel or primitive. These glimpses into his emotional life make us like him as a human. 6. Magnetic charisma, the power of a stylish, attractive villain. We tend to ascribe positive traits to visually striking figures, and the front man is definitely one of those effortlessly good-looking, wealth-displaying characters. His sleek black outfit, angular mask, and theatrical presence make him visually iconic. His authority, cool demeanor, and commanding presence create a magnetic psychological allure. When the cool clothes and the mask are gone, along with his formal authority, In-Ho turns on the charm with jokes, kindness, displays of emotion, and collaboration. No matter the context, the front man captures everyone's attention. 7. Hidden vulnerability, the tragedy behind the mask. Almost a cliché, yet undeniably true, power, coldness, and a visible inclination towards social isolation serve as coping mechanisms for past trauma and inner turmoil. This is clearly valid for the front man. While In-Ho presents a figure of authority and control, beneath the surface lies a man who is deeply affected by personal tragedies. He lost his wife and unborn child, he is separated from his brother and stepmother, and carries the guilt of his past actions, even if he justified them as necessary. The fact that he is still trying to do the right thing in certain situations shows that he may feel regret and a desire to have made other choices. These moments of vulnerability make him a more relatable and tragic figure, even though he is a villain in the story. His empathy may be impaired, but ours isn't. We resonate with his struggles and understand his mistakes and inner conflict. It becomes obvious that it is not easy being the front man. 8. Masculine energy, the embodiment of silent strength. The frontman character, as written by Hwang Dong-hyuk, is a beautiful representation of what I will call the ideal man archetype, which I do not wish to anchor to any specific school of psychology. What I mean by ideal man archetype is a classical masculine ideal, the strong, silent type. The frontman relies on carefully crafted presence and action to convey power and assert dominance, not on empty words and overt aggressiveness. One may argue that his behavior may be passive-aggressive at times, which is far from any behavioral ideal, but I think that the end results are what matter. He is respected, competent, and dependable. I am talking about the ideal masculine energy, not the ideal behavior or life choices. The presence, the impact, the appeal, In-ho is manly in every sense of the word, and Lee Byung-hun masterfully portrays the complex characteristics of this tragic character. Just like with every other actor who participated in the Squid Game project, he was the perfect choice for the role. He created one of the greatest characters that viewers can both love and hate with a passion. Beautifully done. 9. Power and control, the unseen strong hand guiding the game. In-ho's role as the front man gives him ultimate power and control over the Squid Game. Ultimately, everything revolves around him, even the main character, Song Gi-hun. He is the architect of the entire event, orchestrating every move, ensuring that the games run according to his meticulous plans. His ability to manipulate players, staff, and VIPs makes him a master of psychological warfare. He controls the lives and fates of everyone involved with the game, and his influence reaches beyond the island where Squid Game takes place. This level of control taps into a dark fantasy for many viewers, seeing someone who is so composed, so in control, even in the most chaotic and violent environments. It's all fun and games, until you find yourself on his wrong side. But viewers will rather identify with the front man's power than see him as their potential torturer, the perks of detachment and wishful thinking. 10. Philosophical edge, the twisted idealist. Whether it is his original belief or a justification developed after his violent actions, In-ho genuinely believes the games offer redemption or release to desperate people. In this context, he thinks he is bringing about a positive change in the world, salvation. Cynicism in action. The front man's philosophy, though deeply flawed, gives the character an edge that challenges the audience's perception of justice, life, and death. In-ho views death as an inevitable, redemptive force, stripping away the romanticized notions of morality, and instead offering a stark, utilitarian view of survival. His comparisons of the games to real life, e.g., horse racing, provoke reflection, adding depth to his persona. Moreover, some speculate that In-ho is sacrificing his morality to maintain order, which frames him as a tragic anti-hero with no fate other than the one he was forced to accept. So, he seems to want to do the right thing and, when he does the wrong thing, it isn't necessarily his choice. We can explain his villain status, so we like him. Bonus, the stark contrast to the VIPs. Compared to the hedonistic and grotesque VIPs, the front man seems disciplined, intelligent, and principled. Maturity marks his thinking and behaviors. Relative to other characters, he radiates a sense of gravitas and experience, making him a magnetic screen presence. In the end, Hwang In-ho, the front man, is a character whose complexity transcends the typical villain archetype. His silent strength, calculated intelligence, and moments of humanity make him a fascinating figure who embodies the paradox of power and vulnerability. While his actions may be ruthless, they are rooted in a deeper conflict that mirrors the struggles many face within themselves. The front man is a tragic reminder that even in the darkest roles, there's often more beneath the surface, offering us a glimpse into the tangled nature of humanity. This article is part of a series. Make sure to check out the other posts and videos related to the Squid Game universe.